Hey you guys, what's going on? This is Fabio coming back with another video here. Look, you guys, I'll give you a minute to get set up here. There's a couple things I want to talk to you guys about. I've been getting emails about. We've been really busy, really hectic, a lot going on, new contracts, etc., etc. So, it's a few things I want to talk to you guys about. I'm gonna give you a minute to pile up here. This is very impromptu. Um, yeah. So let's see what we got here. Anybody? If not, I'm just gonna go live without viewers, and you guys have to play it back. Let's see. Giving you guys a few minutes here. Sorry, this is so impromptu, guys. Hey, you guys. Trying to give you guys a little minute to roll in here. Sorry, this is so impromptu. But it's a few things I really want to talk to you guys about. Like I said, I've been getting emails, buku emails. Um, and this is my personal opinion just based on the type of emails that I get you guys. As it relates to the commercial cleaning business, residential cleaning business, Airbnb, etc., any business. The thing is guys, you guys are not, I feel that you guys, based on the commentary, like I said, that I get, I feel like you guys are not taking advantage of promoting yourself. You're not investing in yourself or investing in your business, right? You should have an idea exactly where you want your business to go, where you expect it to be in the next 5 years, maybe 10 years. If you decide to run it, do you want to sell? Are you going to pass it down to generations in your family? Guys, I want you to focus a little bit more on investing in yourself and investing in your commercial cleaning business. So many emails that come to me, they say, well, Fabio, I don't understand this, or I don't understand that, or how does this work? And how you guys have to be resourceful, right? So when Bill Gates and Donald Trump and a lot of these people, right, when they started their business, they didn't know everything about everything, right? But the business that they went into, they loved it, right? They stayed up very late at night, right? They woke up very early in the morning and got things started, and they invested not only their money or the lack thereof, they invested their time. You always hear me say, if you don't have the time, you must have the what? You must have the money. If you don't have the money, you must have the what? You must have the time, right? It's very rare that someone have them both, right? They have a lot of time and they have a buku dollars, right? They have a lot of money, okay? So like I say, guys, I don't know everything that there is to know about the commercial cleaning business, right? But I know enough to really build it at a massive rate, right? Whether we're doing Airbnbs or whether we're doing fogging, disinfecting, or just residential or commercial cleaning, right? I know enough to be able to grow my company. But I'm also a student of my industry, right? I'm also a student of the industry. So I read a lot of marketing books. I read a lot of books on commercial cleaning that people have written, right? So I'm saying all of this to say that if you guys are solely relying on YouTube or podcasts or webinars or those different type of avenues, right? You want to kind of reach out. You want to do a little bit better than just looking at webinars or podcasts, listen to podcasts, different things like that. Yeah, you can learn a lot, but it's really going to come down to investing in the marketing. If I'm being absolutely truthful and absolutely honest with you, the marketing is what really going to take you to the new heights, right? Because without marketing and letting people know that you exist, they won't know that you exist. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get those likes up. I'm sorry this is very impromptu, but it was on my heart to, go live and talk to you guys about this, answer any questions that you have. Also, I've gotten emails about the PPP loan. Guys, the deadline coming up for that is May 31st, at least now. From what I'm hearing, they don't have any intentions on expanding that any longer past May 31st. So if you haven't applied, feel free to do so. Right? There's a lot of different lenders that you guys can go through for the PPP loan. Some of you may have already gotten it. Some of you might not know how to get it. Some of you might be just in a waiting process, right? So if you haven't applied, I suggest that you guys apply and use those dollars to your advantage, right? Just use them, help build your business, right? That's what it's for a small business. You got to go through the SBA, the Small Business Administration, for that, right? So, or it goes through that, I should say, the lenders. Okay, so if you haven't applied for the PPP loan, guys, make sure you apply for that. If you have any questions about it while I'm online, I'm more than happy to answer what I know. If I don't know something, I will get back to you via email. You can always email me at hollywoodjanitorialserve@gmail.com, hollywoodjanitorialserve@gmail.com. If you guys have any questions about the PPP. I do have one coaching spot that has not been filled. It's first come, first serve. Whoever wanted $1,000 for it out the door. I would not be offering none in 2021. So we're looking at maybe 2022 or maybe past that before I open up the gates to do the coaching, the 12-month coaching. But we do have one spot for anybody that want it. If you want it, cool. If you don't, that's fine too. hollywoodjanitorialserve@gmail.com. If you have any questions, throw them at me, guys. Again, like I say, I wanted to make this video more or less about investing in yourself, investing in your business. A lot of you guys, I don't know what you're doing with the profits that's coming in, because again, I talk to so many people, not only that's just in my coaching, but people that just email me, that watch me here on YouTube, and they say, well, Fabio, I'm not generating any clients. I say, well, what are you doing? I say, are you going door to door? Are you picking up the phones? Are you doing a mailing campaign? Like, what are you doing? How are you trying to drum up traffic? Do you have a Facebook campaign going, or Instagram, or whatever? And they say, well, I'm really not doing anything. I say, are you networking any type of way, like Facebook, asking your Facebook friends? You got to get creative, guys. Got to get creative. And that's the thing that sets a lot of successful business owners, specifically commercial cleaning business owners, that set those successful ones apart from the ones that's not so successful. I'm sorry, kind of tongue-tied here. But the successful ones tend to think outside of the box. They do things unconventionally, right? Legally, right? But they think outside of the box. They do things a little bit different than most commercial cleaning companies or residential cleaning services. Okay? Just because I haven't mentioned it here on my channel, or you haven't heard me talk about something, don't mean you shouldn't try it, right? Just because I might say, hey, that's not something that I would do to market my business or put my business out there, don't mean you shouldn't do it, right? So again, guys, you got to be very, very creative. You want to set yourself apart, right? Network. You're on Facebook, you're on the social media platforms, you're at home, right? Do for the corona or whatever the case is, you're quarantining or whatever the case is. Guys, we have these phones, laptops, desktop computers at our disposal. Use them, right? Get creative, use them. Search, Google. Just again, you got to be a student of your industry, a student of your business, okay? You can't say, well, I went out, for a week straight, I didn't get any contracts, so therefore, I guess, I'm not going to go out next week. That's not how it works. You can't do that with your job that you have now, right? You can't just take off and say, well, I'm not going to go in next week because I just don't want to go in. They're not paying me enough, so I'm not going to go in next week. It doesn't work that way, right? So as long as the big man say you have to come in, we got you on the schedule, you're going to do what? You're going to go in, right? You don't go in, what happened? You get fired. Well, essentially what you're doing is firing yourself from your own commercial cleaning business, your residential cleaning business, right? So if you say, well, Fabio, I'm not picking up any commercial contracts, then try residential, right? Because, see, bills still got to be paid, so you got to drum up revenue somehow, some way. Okay. Yeah, Yelp. You can try that. I got some people that say, Fabio, I never do Yelp. Okay, and that's fine. Yelp isn't for everybody. Some people, it's just too expensive for me, Fabio. I'm not gonna do Yelp. Good. Don't do Yelp. But you got other platforms you can use. You got LinkedIn. You got Instagram. If got your residential cleaning business, you want to use Instagram, right? You got Facebook campaigns. You got all type of Google AdSense, Google AdWords, right? You got YouTube. You can start a YouTube channel. You can show your before and after pictures in a video reel. You got to get creative, guys. You got to get creative, right? Just because it have not been done in your area or it haven't been done, period, don't mean it can't be done. You just have to be the first to do it, right? So that's how I take it by storm out here in the Michigan area, in Detroit specifically. I'm always in the trenches, right? I like to say I'm 24/7 with it, right? I get a lot of contracts. They don't just say, oh, well, Fabio, we're going to give them No, I put in work. I put in work. I stay up late. I'm at contracts, right? I'm checking with my employees. That's another thing. A lot of guys, they say, well, Fabio, I don't want to be the cleaner. Why not? How you going to train somebody to do something that you don't know how to do, right? So you have to be the cleaner. I've been doing this thing since 2012, and I'm still, every once and again, I have to slang them up. Okay? I have to show somebody. They might not know how to do it. I'd rather show them and show them right than just tell them what to do, and then they F something up, and then guess what? I'm responsible for it. The training wasn't in place. Okay? A lot of you guys put your staff in uniforms. Okay? Again, guys, you guys got to drum on one level. You got to march to one beat. Okay? Some of you guys are just coming in there looking like anything. Okay? So they treat you like anything. They play with your money. I got a couple people that say, hey, Fabio, I didn't get paid on time. I didn't get paid on time. Right? Probably because of your demeanor, probably the way you carry yourself and the way you carry your organization. Okay? So again, guys, you have to treat this as if you was working for the big man. It's certain things that you're not going to do working for the big man. Why? Because you know the repercussions that come behind your actions. Right? So you almost have to treat your own business the same way. Okay? Again, you're on YouTube, watch YouTube videos. If you got a carpet cleaning service, you say, you know what, I want to be the best carpet cleaner in my area. I want to learn techniques. Then watch videos where they're showing you techniques on how to do the carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning, fogging, whatever the case is. Okay? They got videos damn near on everything. They got a book, marketing, and different books people wrote about commercial cleaning and residential cleaning. Right? Pick up the books. Get audio books. A lot of you guys are not motivated. Okay? I motivate a lot of people. I motivate so many people that's in my coaching. But then I had, one person that said, well, Fabio, you damn good at motivating, but who motivates you? My reflection. My reflection. It's ingrained in me. In the beginning, I was kind of like you guys. I didn't so much believe in myself. But as the money started coming in, right, I started picking up contracts here. I'm in Detroit. I'm in Atlanta. I'm in Toledo, Ohio. I'm in Portsmouth, Virginia. I'm in Virginia Beach, right? So I'm picking up contracts all of these different places that I stay. I'm selling it off to a subcontractor, to a franchise company, right? I had the $5 ride that I'm doing. I got other things going. I got investments right now on my cell phone on the app, the Robinhood app, and this is another app that I got too for the investments, checking the stocks. Okay, so again, I'm doing, I'm different avenues for revenue, multiple streams of income. Okay, but again, I'm a student of the game, guys. While so many other people are sitting up and they're watching the TV, and that's fine. That's fine. I feel like I need I have to. That should be a treat for me to watch TV, right? Because I'm always in my books. I'm always Googling something. I'm always trying to learn something, trying to figure it out. Sometimes it's even nice to look out at the competition, see what they're doing, right? If it's a method that they're using that work for them, you can adapt that method to you. People do it all the time, right? So again, guys, if you have any questions, throw them out there. I love to entertain your questions. You see here, thanks, Bob. Not a problem, Silver. If you if you neglect your money, will cheat on you. Neglect your money, will cheat on you. okay, or neglect your money, you won't get any at all, right? So again, guys, like I say, you have to be a little bit more proactive. The people that's in my coaching, I'm on their ass. They send me the voicemail sometimes. They already know what I'm calling for. You know, if we talk and they say, well, Fabio, I got this big contract coming, or Fabio, I'm kind of nervous. No, use that nervous energy as a form of motivation, right? You get in there, you show up and show out, as I like to say, right? So again, I have a zero tolerance for failure, you know, in the coaching. They'll tell you that, right? I'm really on them like a hawk. There wasn't a Fabio Hart available to Fabio Hart when I first started, right? So, like I say, but if you don't have that person to motivate you, your wife, your husband, your mom, your dad, whoever, to motivate you, guys, you have to find a way to motivate yourself. You have to find a way to motivate yourself. You know, let me see here what we got here. I think Brian. Well, I sold my contracts to a subcontractor company in Georgia, right? So we had this kind of negotiation thing going on almost probably for a year, maybe a little bit better. And they sent me emails and they say, hey, they were interested. I guess they were kind of going into contracts that my company covered, and we had it really locked down, right? So we was approached. The money wasn't right at first. Came back with a bigger offer. We kind of went back and forth, and I wind up selling all of my commercial cleaning contracts in Georgia, just that area of business, to a subcontractor company. These are the companies that email you. They say, hey, I got contracts essentially that they lease out to you, right? They control it, and they just kind of give you 20% of the revenue, 35%, 40% of the revenue, and they keep 60. Most times it's 80-20. Most times you kind of get like 20% and they keep the majority of the revenue. So they essentially kind of give you this paperwork, the contract. They want you to sign their contract, and they lease those contracts out to you. Some people give them to you like, hey, we'll give them to you. You work it, we'll give them to you. Some of them say it's an investment, or it's some sneaky thing on the back end that they got going on. But you can sell contracts to anybody, to just anybody that's starting up business. They might want to buy contracts from you. You can sell the contracts, okay? So that's what I mean by that. I've also sold in Virginia Beach, Portsmouth area. I sold to another franchise contract, so you can do it that way, okay? So let me see here. How did the opportunity? Via email. I received the email. Actually, the first email I received, I ignored it, right? I ignored it. Sometime later, they emailed again, and they emailed again, and had Jasmine, my assistant, kind of entertain that offer, see what they were talking about. Once I got the details that I needed, then I went on and started a negotiation process with them. So once we started that, we were able to essentially just flip those contracts, sell all of that business as a bundle deal, like a package deal, sell all of those contracts to that subcontractor company. If I wanted to buy contracts, where would I go? You could solicit people, maybe other commercial cleaning companies in your area. You know, they might sell contracts, or you can just get online, Google. It's many ways that you can kind of find these type of deals if you're going to go look for them. I wouldn't suggest to do that, right? Because you're not going to get your worth, right? So I wouldn't suggest that you buy contracts, because a lot of times they're not going to really want to sell you the contracts. It's more like a lease where they still control the revenue, and they want to give you a part of it. You want to control the entire deal, right? So if I was to buy a contract, just to simplify this, if I was to buy a contract, I would want to cover the whole deal. I would want to control that, right? I don't want to split the money 2 ways or 3 ways or whatever the case is, or I'm getting a percentage of that, right? If I put my money out to purchase it, I want to control the entire deal, right? But it is a such thing as buying contracts. You can buy it. Usually people buy contracts where they feel like, well, I can't get them on my own. I'm not getting them on my own. So I'll buy 2 or 3 contracts, right? And start there. Okay. but then again, you don't know what comes with that. You know, it's a lot of technicalities you want to kind of look into when purchasing contracts. Make some stock videos. I'm not really a stock guy. I have to. That's not my specialty. I actually have people that help me with the stocks, right? To understand it, the ups and the downs of the stock, right? Why I should get this stock? Should I buy a bundle of stocks, right? So I got a lot of help on that I kind of outsource and I depend upon. But if you email me, I share the information that I have. HollywoodJanitorialServe@gmail.com. I'll put you in the hands of the right people that'll be able to help you as they help me, and it will come with a fee. You know, nothing is for free these days, so you will have to pay them for their information, but it will be well worth it, right? They'll have you on the right track. That's not my specialty, so I don't want to kind of mislead you here. Let's see. But whether it's stocks or real estate or Bitcoin or whatever, you know, if you want to have a Shopify store on the internet or whatever type of gig you want to do, you want to build websites and market that, and you know, whether you want to be a social media personality or influencer, or you want to do social media for big Fortune 100 companies, 500 companies, whatever the case is, guys, you have to get out there and you have to start doing it, right? You have to start doing it. Passive income is dominated. Yes, yes indeed, yes indeed. So, and I think that's where a lot of people go wrong, right? So, but if you guys have any more questions, I'd love to entertain them. Like I said, I wanted to go live and talk to you guys. I haven't been on in a while. Like I say, I feel like based on the emails that's coming in, and even with some of the people that's in my coaching, I feel like a lot of people are not investing in themselves, right? Even with the people in my coaching, I say, hey, you guys, you get on the phone with me. We sit on the phone for 2 hours. You take notes, but you do nothing with the notes. And it really pisses me off, because here it is, you paid me, you know, well for this, and it's kind of like it's kind of like buying the book and you don't read the book and you sit it on the shelf. So you just wasted $29.95 on the book and you didn't do anything with it. So I'm really on them. I really try to push them because I understand how it is, right? I understand the psychology behind never doing something, possibly not believing in yourself that you can do it, and everything, just life itself, right? I totally understand that. But I tell people, once you get the ball rolling and you started getting some traction, it's almost like the snowball, right? As it rolled down a hill to pick up more snow, the ball gets bigger, right? That's exactly how it is with this. If you get out and network, and you never know who you're going to meet, you just have to get out and start networking, right? A lot of people using COVID. I don't want to do this because COVID. I don't want. Well, you got the internet. We got these phones. You got iPhones and Androids and tablets and all of this stuff at your disposal. You can join different forums and you can join different chat rooms and different things of that sort, right? Scare money don't make money. Right, exactly. Scare money do not make money. Help us grow. It would definitely help you grow. If you're interested in the last spot that I have for my 12-month coaching, 6-month lead gen, guys, I have one spot left. We carried over from last year. Anybody can have it. Just email me in the subject line, put sign me up in the subject line. Myself or Jasmine will be able to handle that. Get you signed up and get the ball rolling. Okay, I don't care if you already making buku money or you want to start from the ground and build up, or you're somewhere in between, right? I can definitely help you. Okay, like I say, guys, I do want you guys to invest more into yourself. And when I say invest, I'm not just talking about free stuff like YouTube and just the internet. Sometimes you have to buy a book. Sometimes you have to get a course, right? Let me see. Social media like Instagram. I do, but I don't be on Instagram. I don't even use the platform like that. When I was on Instagram, I was using it more for personal basis, right? And then I wasn't even really using it. Like it'll be Jasmine, my assistant. She'll post certain things on there. So I don't use it like I should. But just because I don't use it don't mean you shouldn't use it, right? Because you might be able to do something with Instagram that I can't do, right? You might go in there and you take off, right? So that's another thing. Like I say, I want you guys to use all of the social media platforms, to the best of your ability. If you don't know how to do something, you hire somebody that know how to do what you don't know how to do, right? If you don't have the means to hire anybody, then you have the time, right? So you have to learn it. You have to put in some footwork, right, to get some traction. That's what every entrepreneur on this earth had to do. I don't care if you're doing real estate. I don't care if you're doing stock. I don't care what you're doing. You have to put in some footwork, right? You're not going to get any traction. 0 from 0 equals what? 0, right? So you got no action. You get no results. You just a 0, okay? Guys have any more questions for me? You have any questions for me? I will start, and I keep saying this, I will start coming back more consistent with videos. I get a lot of emails. They say, Fabio, are you okay? Did you catch the Rona? Are you okay? We haven't heard from you. So I am okay. Nothing's wrong with me. It's just I've been incredibly busy. As I told you guys probably on the last video, I've been mad focused on my people that's in the coaching, giving them a lot of my undervalued attention, and I've been focused on these new contracts that I have, right? Pick up new contracts like probably every month. I keep myself with a quota. I want to pick up so many contracts a month. I need to do so many walkthroughs a month. So my staff that do the lead gen and make those calls and do those things, they already know I'm on them like a hawk. We don't use Corona here as an excuse, or COVID-19. We don't have any excuses, right? So they know I need to have X amount of walkthroughs, and out of those walkthroughs, I expect to close X amount of accounts. Let's get into small business. Hang on, let me see here. Silver say, need advice, help finding people. This stimulus. Okay, now that's another good topic, because in my coaching, a lot of people say, Fabio, I can't find anybody because of the stimulus. The most that I can tell you is keep going. Keep going. You will find somebody. Keep going. Now, you might want to diversify the people you're looking for, because a lot of times people look for people more like them. And what I mean is people don't be unconventional, right? You can get subcontractors, right? They don't necessarily have to be employees. You can get subcontractors. You can go to the colleges. I used to, way back when, I used to kind of go to the colleges, put up postings out at the colleges, get a connection with the colleges in the local area or the community colleges, and I used to find students, right? You just have to be very, very creative. There's not one way that I would tell you to go. Me personally, most of my employees come through Facebook. Really, all I do is put up an ad, say now hiring, and my inbox, ding, 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 it just go crazy, right? Where's the position? When can I start? So I don't necessarily have that problem, but you can also start your own group, okay? Again, just because it's not done in your area don't mean you can't start it, right? So you can start an employment group in Tempe, Arizona, if that's where you're at, right? In Wichita, Kansas, right? So it's not a group there. You start up a group, people start joining your group, and once they join your group, hey, if they, in your surrounding areas or close to your area, what kind of equity? Let's see, sort of equity. James says, start offering equity to your workers is a great way to come on board. It depends on what type of equity. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have a lot, then you can't really offer a lot. The technique that I use early on is I use raise. Like I give them a raise. If they stay on 90 days or 120 days, I think it was 90 days, then I'll give them a raise, right? And then I will let them know that there's always room for advancement in my company, right? But again, you have to have that type of dynamic with them, right? The environment that I try to create with employees is I try to make it fun, relaxed. I don't want them to wake up and say, oh shit, I gotta go to work today, right? So I give them space to do their thing. We don't look over their shoulders and whatnot. Now we do follow up, but we don't kind of let them be employees. Let them do their thing. They train to do one thing. They know what they're gonna do. They're supposed to do it, and they show up. Okay. Now the most things that I might have going wrong with some of my employees a lot of times is uniform. I'm really strict on it. Now I don't necessarily have it on, but they have to have it on, right? So let's see here. Also should start off a commission instead of hourly. Yeah, see what he's saying. You can be different, right? You don't necessarily have to have hourly. You can pay how you want to pay. You can pay once a week, weekly. You can pay bi-weekly. You can pay once a month, just one big check, right? So you want to be creative, right? What worked for me might not necessarily work for you. And like this young man said, James, he's thinking outside of the box. So if you guys kind of read his comments, you can take that into consideration, right? Even though it might not be something that one person might not do, it might be somebody on this live that might say, you know what, that's a good idea. I think I'm gonna try that, right? Again, just because it haven't been done, don't mean it can't be done. You just have to be the first to do it, okay? But it's no miracle way that I could tell you to pick up employees. I would just tell you continue to advertise. You know, you can start up your own, like I say, Facebook group. You can utilize all the social media platforms, LinkedIn. Put a post up on Facebook. Maybe that might work. Word of mouth, family and friends, somebody you know that's close to you might be able to help you out. I don't know how that'll work out, but it might work, right? It don't hurt to give it a shot. You can put out like postcards or flyers. Hey, now hiring, right? You can offer like hiring events, right? So out here we got something called Michigan Works, right? So it's a little center where you go to type up resumes and where you get on the computer and look for a job and you create a resume and different things like that. I did hiring events there. I also did hiring events at local libraries, right? So you kind of advertise for that. Say, hey, we got an upcoming event, bring your resumes, yada, yada, yada. And you do hiring events, okay? So you can kind of plan it out on Facebook. Do a flyer, put it up on Facebook. Hey, they hiring at this company. Hey guys, share this flyer with your friends and family, or you know, share it on your Facebook feed or what have you. And before you know it, bam. You can also do like a video or something on Facebook where you advertising that, right? You boost the video, you pay Facebook to advertise the video. You can kind of pick the demographic, pick where you want the video advertised at, right? How far, what type of reach you want it to reach out to, and you can go that way. Okay, so there's a lot of ways you guys can get employees this day and age, because I've been doing it for so long and my employees kind of been with me for quite some time. Most of my employees come through word of mouth. In other words, people that already work for me, they say, hey, I got a friend, I got a cousin, I know somebody that's looking for a job, Fabio, would you guys give them a chance, right? We analyze it, look at it, and if they make a good fit for the team, we put them on. Thanks, James. What should the budget be? Whatever you want it to be, right? How much money should someone start before Google Ads? I would say, being realistic, maybe between 25 and $5,000 to run a good campaign. Not saying that it's going to take that whole budget, but I would start there. You know, test the waters. You know, you could test it for, you know, 1,000, and you can throw some more money on top of it like that and see what it do. I wouldn't necessarily put all of the revenue in one area either. So if you're going to do Google Ads, then you can do Google Ads, and then you can do Facebook ads, Instagram ads. You can do ads on YouTube, right? So you can do flyers and just local campaigns, you know, just outside of social media. So I would kind of diversify the funds a little bit, but just specifically for Google Ads, I would say you want to probably have a couple grand, right, to run a real nice campaign. You know, maybe like 2,500, 3 grand. Again, I'm not saying to take all of that, but you want to have a significant amount of money to throw at social media, because they're not gonna they'll see it on the first time, but they might not call or they might not email you, they might not contact you. So repetition is going to be the key in this particular situation. You say, did I? I'm not sure if you're asking me, Brian, or if you're asking somebody here on the. If you're asking somebody here on the feed here. Just take time with Google Ads. Be consistent. Yeah, get your name out there. Yeah, it's gonna. Oh, you asking me? Um, Not overnight. Not overnight. But if I'm being honest, if you say, well, Fabio, what would you suggest? I probably get the best traction through Facebook. I like Facebook. Probably get the best track. Like I say, especially when people get to sharing your ads and sharing your videos and different things like that, pick up traction. You know, the next thing you know, you're going to start getting the calls, the inboxes, people are going to inquire about it. But it will take time. It will take time. Guys, have any more questions for me? You guys have any more questions for me? Again, this upcoming week, I'm going to try to get back doing just the regular videos too, guys. I know you guys been missing me on the YouTube. Like I say, I do get the emails. I'm not always able to respond back to everybody. But I do want to thank you guys that do check on me. I really appreciate that. I will pay $50 commission for each client work. Yeah. You know, you try something. Something is bound to stick, you know, but you just have to keep testing it. And that's just how business is. That's whether you're looking for employees and that's whether you're just looking for new clients and contracts. You just have to keep trying different things, right? It's going to be a combination of things that will cause you to win. You don't want to just throw your budget at one particular area, right? Because if you miss, now you waste a lot of money. So you want to kind of break the money up. You diversify it a little bit, put a little money here, a little money there, see where you kind of get the traction. Pay attention to where your responses are coming from, and then you put more money there. You guys have any questions for me? If you guys don't have any more questions for me, I'll go ahead and end the live. Like I say, I just get most of the contracts, word of mouth, Facebook, etc. Most of my contracts I got through door to door. I love door to door to the core. I'm really good at selling myself, you know, selling my vision, you know, face to face. So even now, door to door is still a great avenue to go, especially with what's going on with the pandemic and that whole thing. I'm able to kind of sell a lot better with that because people are afraid of COVID coming into the workplace. Now, me, I don't necessarily do it myself anymore because I'm up right now, you know, revenue wise. So I pay a salesman that's trained, that's been doing door to door to go out and do that for me. So I don't necessarily do it anymore myself. But I'm still the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. If I go out there, I'm sure I'll be able to show up and show out, right? So, thank you for everything you put out. Not a problem at all, Silver. You guys have any more questions for me? If you guys are interested, like I say, in coaching, I do have one spot left for anybody that might be interested. You email me at, that's the wrong email, hollywoodjanitorialserve@gmail.com. hollywoodjanitorialserve@gmail.com. In the subject line, put sign me up with your name and telephone number. My assistant to get it over to me, or if I check it out, call you directly, answer any questions that you might have for it, get you set up with it, right? It's for the entire year, $1,000, right? After that, spot closed, it won't be open for the rest of the year, maybe not even 2022, okay? Are you a millionaire? Not a millionaire. My business is a millionaire, though. My business did more than 1.2 million in revenue. So you guys have any more questions? Yeah, see, your business, what your business make is totally different than your revenue, right? So your business can make $3 million. Let me see, door to door is the key. Yep, door to door is the key. You know, if you go door to door, you know, practice make perfect, right? I understand a lot of you might go door to door and you might be nervous. You might feel like, I don't know what to say. I have a lot of videos right here on my channel, how to approach that, you know, going door to door, how to deal with it on the phones, etc., etc. But you just have to do it every single day, or at least every other day at the very least, right? The more you do it, the more comfortable you'll be with it. I got people right now that's in my coaching. They say, well, Fabio, I don't like doing the phones, right? So my goal is in the coaching is to have you do what I do, right? So by the end of the coaching, you have some type of system in place. So I teach people in the coaching how to do lead generation the way I do lead generation, so they can hire their own staff, put their own scripts in place, put their own people in place, and do exactly what they paid me to do, right? So I got this one young lady, I won't say her name, I don't know if she watching, but she followed it to the T. We helped her put a script together, and now she's a little bit more fluent with her script, fluent with making the calls, but she was absolutely terrified. Fabio, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. We did a few calls on the three-way where I called, I let her listen in on a coaching call. We just had a coaching. I called on the three-way and I tried to get contracts, and I did get her some bookings. Right? So I told her, hey, just take notes. You see what I say? She said, well, Fabio, how you know to say this over this, and how you know? It take time. It didn't happen for me overnight, right? And I don't get every time I call, I don't get everything, right? So, but I want my people to win. So when you come into coaching, there's certain things that I'll do to kind of help you guys to try to get over the hump. And even my YouTube people, right? I'm on my YouTube people to win, people that's not even in the coaching. So I encourage you guys, if you have questions and I'm not on the video, you haven't seen my video, I don't want you to think, oh, I'm not in this coaching, so I can't contact them. Yeah, if you have a question about something, the fact that you subscribe to me and you watch me, I'm greatly appreciative. The fact that you share my videos on your platforms, I'm so grateful that you guys do that. So at the very least that I can do is help you guys get into deals. So if you guys got contracts lined up right now and you're not even in my coaching, email me. Let's try to get you in, and let's try to get you through it, right? I would rather you get through the contract and restore that faith in yourself that you can do it, opposed to think, oh, I can't contact him because I don't have any money to pay him. I can't pay him, right? No, if you have a deal lined up right now, you're not sure which way to go with the deal, email me. I got a video right here on the channel where I helped the guy get a $250,000 contract. We did a video on the phone call right here on my channel. I don't know if some of you guys might have seen that video. How would you pitch? What do you mean? Like going into the building, or making the phone calls? It's a lot of different ways that you can attack it. Like me, I didn't change my script up because of the whole COVID thing. So I'm kind of pushing more of the fogging and disinfectant more now. I'm making buku dollars on that, right? So I know that's in demand. So it's almost a scarcity approach that I use, if I'm being honest, but it works. America do it to us all the time, right? You use the scarcity tactics for us to react the way they want us to react or do the things that they want us to do, right? So again, but when you know how to market, again, I read a lot of marketing books. I take a lot of different angles, and I just make it work for me. I'm really good at selling it. You guys have any more questions? Thank you for everything you put out. Oh, you're welcome. Let's see. You guys have any more questions for me? The ultimate goal, guys, before I let this video go, I'm going to tell you what your goal should be, okay? Your ultimate goal should be to run your commercial cleaning and residential cleaning business on autopilot, meaning you have sourced out the help, right, or sourced out the jobs that need to be sourced out, and you could be on the back end, you could be on the administration part of it, right? You could be on the business development part of it and not necessarily be a worker. That's what I pound in the heads of my people that's in my coaching all the time, right? Some of them, they don't want to relinquish. They work so hard to get these contracts, or they got the contracts through the lead gen with me, and it just took so much to get in the door, and they don't want to relinquish that power over to an employee. They want to do it themselves. I tell them, I say, well, when you try to do all these contracts yourself, number one, you tire yourself out. Number two, you become complacent a little bit. Number three, you don't have the energy to go out and look for more contracts, so your income stays stagnant, door to door, right? Yep. Let me see. Yep, door to door. So, and whether it's door to door, whether it's by phone, however, you don't want to necessarily be the main worker of your business. That's not where you should want to be, okay? Because it's going to stunt your growth big time, right? The money that you can make is absolutely insane if you hire the right help or sub the job out. You don't have to necessarily, again, you don't have to have a W-2 employee. You can actually subcontract the work out, right? You can sub it out to people that's already doing it. They might have a cleaning business themselves, or they might used to do cleaning and it's a mom and pop, or it's a cousin team, or it's a brother team, a sister team, or whatever the case is. You hire them on as a subcontractor, you 1099 them, independent contractor, and let them do the job, and you just pay them accordingly, okay? So again, there's a lot of ways that you guys can attack this, okay? You guys have any more questions for me? Oh, the pitch for door to door. Basically, I simplify it, guys. You go in the door, welcome to ABC Dental. How may I help you? Or they might say, you walk in and they'll say, are you a patient, or do you have an appointment? You say, no, I don't. But who would I speak to in regards to commercial cleaning? A lot of times, I use the same pitch you can use walking in, you can use over the phone too. So you go in and say, hi, how are you? How can I help you? You have an appointment today? No, I don't have an appointment today, but who would I speak to in regards to commercial cleaning for your facility? You're going to say, it's Jack Smith. You say, okay, great. Is Jack Smith available at this time? That still work. It's just simplified and it's not pushy. It's more like an introductory, right? Or introduction, right? You get Jack Smith, you let him know the reason you're there. Hi, Jack, I was just in the area. I wanted to stop by to see if you guys had a commercial cleaning company or would be interested in a commercial cleaning service or company, right? They say, yeah, we have a commercial cleaning company. You say, great. How do you like them? Are you guys satisfied with? You don't want to be like a pushy salesperson, right? Because that's a turnoff, okay? Because if they're satisfied with their client now, you don't want to try to sell them on switching out their client, right? Bow out gracefully. And you always can ask, Jack, would it be okay if I try back in next quarter? Or would it be okay if I try back in 3 months to see where you guys at with it? 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, sure, why not? Yeah, try back. Or they might say, would it be okay if I call you if I decide that I want to cancel it, guys? Awesome, yeah, give us a call. And they probably call you 9 times out of 10 because of the way you treated them when you came in, right? So you don't want to be real forceful. I don't like that approach. Maybe other YouTubers, other people might tell you, hey, you want to be a nail hitter, you want to hit them over the head. That's not my approach, right? I've taken a lot of contracts from other independent cleaning services, from franchise, just a lot of different people, by not being so pushy, right? Just being more conversational, right? So again, you're going to be nervous in the beginning because it's not something that you're used to. But as you get used to it, you'll become a lot better, more effective with it, right? I look at it as the high school syndrome, the high school deal, right? When you was in middle school, high school was a big deal when you thought about it, right? So when you was in middle school, it's like, oh, I don't know if I can do high school, right? It might be hard. It's going to be harder than middle school, right? And then you go to ninth grade. You go to ninth grade, you're like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know the kids here. But as you go every single day, high school becomes a lot better for you, right? The mindset that you were going to be scared to do it, that kind of subside. It kind of go away, right? Because you're going more frequent. You're getting used to the administration, getting used to the workload, okay? And you're just becoming a whole better person in high school. But in the beginning, before you even started high school, you thought that you couldn't do it. You was kind of a little bit nervous because it was different than middle school, right? It's the same thing. When you go in to these contracts, right? Some might be, they got suits on, and depending on the type of building and facility you go into, it could be a little bit intimidating, right? But as you go into it more and more, you perfect your pitch a lot better, right? You kind of get used to the dynamics, what to look for, what to expect, so to speak, and you become more, effective. Okay. So door to door is that's if a person say, well, Fabi, I don't have a lot of money, where should I start? I would definitely tell you to start door to door. Start with the phones. Probably door to door first. You guys have any more questions for me? All right, guys, I gotta go. It was nice chopping it up with you guys. Like I said, I'll probably do a couple videos this weekend and post them. Keep you guys in the loop. Talk specifically on different topics, I should say, because when I do these lives, I just mingle with you guys, see what you guys need, what you need answers to, that type of thing. But I can target it a lot better when I do just regular videos. So make sure you guys stay tuned. I do want to thank you guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate that. Again, like, share, and subscribe. I really, really appreciate that. It helps with the algorithm here on YouTube. If you have any further questions for me, anything that you're interested in, anything you want to know, or whatnot, you can always email me at hollywoodjanitorialserve@gmail.com. hollywoodjanitorialserve@gmail.com. Service SERV. It will be in a description link. And lastly, I have one spot left for anybody that want to go into the coaching. Okay, once that spot is filled, we won't be offering the coaching none in 2021. Okay, so if you're interested in that, email me right now or following this video. Sign me up, myself or Jasmine, to be able to help you with that. And as I always say, the only person that could ever stop you from starting up your own dreams and making it to the top is you. You guys take care, and I will be talking to you guys soon. Take care.